What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here with some more Madden 18 talk. Now, this isn't a news video. This is kind of more of me giving my thoughts and my opinions video. So, what I wanted to touch on today were the game modes. Now, I did explain in a past video what these game modes mean. I will link that below in the description. But today, I want to actually give my actual thoughts on it a little bit more thoroughly. So, basically, this year, just to kind of catch you up to speed if you don't know, there's going to be 3 game modes to play on. You're going to have sim mode, arcade mode, and competitive mode. To briefly touch on the differences, sim mode is going to be the game kind of as you know it now. Just simulation football where more random occurrences are going to happen, random overthrows even if you have a really good QB, random wide open drop passes or dropped interceptions. You know, the things that happen in real life but in Madden are seen as random because we feel like, hey, if our wide receiver's open and we throw it to him, he should catch the ball. But sometimes they'll drop it because in sim mode it's trying to simulate the fact that drops and overthrows happen in real life. Arcade mode is more pick up and play. You're going to have more crazy aggressive catches or bigger hits. Kind of the mode for the casual, the really casual guy that's not a Madden fanatic can just pick up and play. And then you have competitive mode, of course, which is more for the elite player or the tournament style players where they control the outcomes of the game, where, you know, their open wide receiver is not going to drop the pass. They're not going to overthrow the ball as much. They're not going to drop interceptions as much because they want to be in control of their fate. Now, I've seen arguments for both sides. Obviously, I am more of a competitive player, so I like the different modes, but there's a lot of people that are saying, you know, this is stupid. It should just be, everything should be sim mode. It's a simulation football game. Everything should be sim mode. And I can understand that argument to an extent, but what I'm here to do is give my thoughts on why I think having the separate game modes is a great idea. It's an amazing idea in my opinion, and I'm going to touch on that now. So this is why I think it's good, because especially with a game like Madden, it's so divided. You know, you have the hardcore sim guys that they put hours into the game, but they like to play more franchise mode, or, you know, play against the computer, or even if they do play online, you know, they want the most authentic sim experience. They want to switch their play calls up more so than a competitive guy, whereas a competitive guy might only run 5 to 10 plays, but he has those 5 to 10 plays perfected and he knows how to adjust them to any defense that can be thrown at him. A more sim guy wants to say, hey, I want to run 30 or 40 different plays a game. You know, I don't mind the random drops or overthrows because that's part of football. I want the sim experience. These are 2 completely different sides of the coin. They couldn't be further from one another. And then you have the arcade for the casual people. You have guys that they like Madden, but they are not going to put the time into Madden either on a competitive side or the sim side and really put the time into learning how to run an offense or run a defense or learning how to perfect the best plays in the game. These are guys that might only play it a couple games a week, or maybe even, you know, a couple games a month. They might, you know, play a lot of games, and they might just want to pick up Madden one day because they feel like playing football, and they want to have fun when they play. They don't want to get absolutely annihilated. They want to throw the ball up and have crazy aggressive catches. So you have 3 very different markets. The main 2 being sim and competitive. You know, the casual arcade guy isn't that big of a piece of the puzzle here, but it is still a market to be served. Now, I think having these different modes are very good because you can please everybody this way, and you know, typically you know, as the saying goes, you can't make everybody happy. You can't please everybody, but with dividing this up into different play styles, I think you come closer to pleasing everybody. You know, the sim guys seem to be a little bit more, you know, not for it, but, you know, I want to know why. Because if you're playing franchise mode predominantly or playing in CFMs and you're not really playing online head-to-head as much, you know, this should be great for you because you have your mode and your mode can be tweaked specifically for you. So if you're playing sim mode and you're saying, hey, this run is just kind of overpowered, this should be fixed. Whereas the competitive mode guys might say, this run isn't overpowered, we can manually stop this run, a good player can manually stop this run, it shouldn't be patched. But the sim guys say, hey, this run is overpowered, we think it needs to be patched. They can patch that run in sim mode only. So now that's not a problem for the sim guys anymore, but the competitive guys, you know, they still have the game the way they want it. On the flip side, you might have the competitive guys saying, hey, you know, this particular tactic right here, let's say, you know, I'm trying to think of something to pull out, but let's just say a specific route is just very over effective, like this year, how C routes were over effective, and if you had, you know, the offense aligned a certain way, you could throw a C route against anything. And the competitive guys are saying, no, this is wrong, you know, the zone should defend this properly, you need to fix this. But the sim guys aren't really playing that way. They're not trying to, you know, just use the over effective routes, or, you know, I guess more glitchy things that you might want to say are in the game. They're just playing, you know, running different plays and mixing up their play calls and running the game, you know, as they see it, as it should be. That route, or that glitchy route, might not be a problem for those guys, so you don't need to address it for them. You can just address it for the competitive community that's saying, hey, this is a problem. So that's a really good thing about having the separate modes, is you can patch the modes specifically so that you're keeping everybody happy, because a lot of times what happens is things in the game will get patched, and then let's say you patch something for the sim guys, and then the competitive guys complain and say, why did you patch this? This didn't need to be patched. You know, you ruined a part of the game by patching this. On the flip side, sometimes the competitive guys are say, hey, this needs to be patched, and it does get patched, and then the sim guys are saying, why did you patch that? That was perfectly fine. Like, you took something good out of the game that we liked. So this way, you're able to patch specific things for the specific modes without affecting the other consumer. The sim consumer can have everything the way he wants it. The competitive consumer can have it the way he wants it. And the pick up and play guy that doesn't play that often can pick up and have fun and, you know, not have to worry about being extra strategic or scheming. So I think that's why, if you look at it from that standpoint, that's why the game modes, you know, being there is good, because we can literally, you know, become the closest to making everybody happy this way. Now, you're still not going to make everybody happy, but I think this is the best way. So, you know, what are your thoughts on it? I know, like I said, a lot of the sim guys don't like it. A lot of the competitive guys do like it. And there's a lot of guys in the middle that's saying, you know, it doesn't matter either way to me. So, you know, drop a comment below. Do you agree with this? And, you know, if you disagree, that's okay. We're not all going to agree. You can disagree. But if you do disagree, I would like for you to tell me specifically, why do you disagree? You know, I would love to have the debate with you. You know, there's no hard feelings if you disagree. You know, we're all here because we love Madden, so it's fine. But, you know, drop your comments below and your thoughts on it. You know, I'm just trying to open your eyes up just a little bit more to why this is a good idea, or why I think it's a good idea. So, you know, as always, if you enjoyed the video, you know the drill. Just like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.